Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer. In this video, I'm going to take a wastebasket and turn it into an Easter basket. Now this is something that I had on hand. I thought about throwing it out and I was like, it's almost the Easter season and I thought, you know what, I'm going to turn that into an Easter basket. So what I did was took 2x4s that I have on hand and I shaved them down super thin, enough that I think I can get this to bend and hopefully not break. But what I plan on doing is inserting this on the inside and making a handle. So after I have that made, and I will be going through that as I do it, but what I intend on doing, I went to the thrift store and I found a couple ceramic bunnies. I mean, this one's cute enough, but I think that I can improve it. I really like the look of the chocolate bunnies I've seen on Pinterest, where you take something that's maybe dated looking. There's nothing really wrong with this bunny. I mean, it's a little bit kind of scary looking with the pink eyes. So what I'm gonna do, I bought brown spray paint. It's got a shininess to it. So I'm gonna spray paint these, put it in the basket. I really love taking things that I either have on hand, I found in recycling, or I found at a thrift store and turning them into really beautiful things. Also at the thrift store, I found these little plastic eggs. You probably put a real chocolate and like peanut butter egg inside. But I think what I'm gonna do is maybe tape that up so that I can go back and paint this by hand. And what I intend on doing is spray painting it so that this looks chocolate. I might have, it depends what I have room for in the basket. So stick with me and I'll show you what I do. Okay, so I took this piece, cut it to length. It's super thin, so I want to be very careful with it. But what I think I'm going to do is insert this inside the basket, and then I'm going to have to find a way to keep it sturdy. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe put washers in the inside, and then maybe drill tiny holes and anchor it. I have little buttons that have a place where I could put like a piece of wire through. So I'm going to take copper wire, thread it through the button, thread it through the hole, and then on the inside maybe have like a washer or something, just kind of keeping that sturdy so that the wire doesn't want to pull straight through this. But so far so good. Wish me luck. Okay, here's how I'm going to anchor this. I'm going to take a button on the outside, put a little piece of copper wire through it, button, thread a little piece of copper wire through it, bend it in half. I'm going to insert it through the outside of the basket, through the hole I made, through a washer, and then through a button, and then I'm going to kind of twist the end and tie it back on itself. So that should keep that sturdy. Now I got to be really careful. The last thing I want to do is make this wood break. And I can't see what I'm doing. Having a hard time seeing down in there. Oh, there, that's much better. Okay. Tell you what, this little light has saved my behind many times, but I could not see what I was doing down in there, and now I can. I have this jar of antique buttons floating around here. So I'm going to find one that looks like a good size there that I can work with. All right, so I found one that has 2 holes. I'm just going to thread that onto the copper wire. Okay, I'm just going to twist it around a couple times and just bend it back and kind of form it. All right, so basically I've got a handle. You can use anything that you have on hand. If you don't have access to a thin strip of wood, you could use wire. You could maybe find a handle off of something else that's broken, maybe something metal, might look neat. You could string beads on it. However you want to do this, it's totally up to you. So now I have made an Easter basket out of a trash can. So now it's time to transform this guy into a little chocolate bunny. Okay, now that the basket handle is anchored in place, I'm going to give it just a little bit of shot of hot glue on the top here just to kind of hold that and keep it from moving. Okay, I want that to be as secure as possible. So if you can see up close, this is just cut from a 2x4, which is natural wood, and the basket is whitewashed. So I'm going to take paint and just kind of streak it to make it look like it is meant to be there and there's not such a stark contrast. So this is just basic white paint from Lowe's. It came in like a little sample container. So I'm just going to take that and brush some white on, and that way it gives it a more cohesive look. And actually, I think what I'm going to do rather than a brush is take I'm going to take a rag and kind of smear it on. I think that'll look better. So it's not quite so perfect because the basket isn't either. A little bit of the natural shows through on the basket. So to make them look like they belong together, I think this is probably a better option. And I think what I'm going to do is just to kind of freshen up the outside of this basket by taking some of this white paint and just kind of streaking it. When it dries, I think it'll look a lot better, but I don't want it to be a stark contrast between the handle. I want it to make it look like these pieces were together all along. And just to kind of freshen this up, because like I said, this is an old trash basket that probably should have gone away on trash night. But just going to smear a little bit of this all along the outside to brighten it up. And a lot of people are probably like, why don't you just go buy a basket? Well, yeah, you could do that. But if anyone likes to tinker and you like a project, you will know that part of this type of thing is the challenge in it. And yeah, you could always go buy new, but like, doesn't that go for everything? Does anybody do anything? Why does anybody knit? You could go buy an already knit scarf, but you just do it for the enjoyment. I really like the challenge of taking something and reimagining it. How much fun is it to say, oh yeah, I bought that? Whoopty ding dong. So there is a basket from a trash can. Okay, so far I have my basket. I have my bunny. Look how cute it turned out. Actually made me hungry for chocolate. I have some pre-bought grass I'm going to put in here. I'm going to make some peeps. I think I'll do that in another video. I took a garland that I bought yesterday at the thrift store, just placed it in there. Here's the finished product. Overall, I really love it. I was thinking I was going to add more, but actually just the chocolate bunny, the grass, and the flowers is perfect. I don't want to overdo it. Sometimes I think with crafting, you got to learn when to say when. So if you were inspired by this project, I hope you'll give me a follow. I hope you like and comment. And until next time, take care.